Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, my denturing friends. Thank you for joining me. It's Kyle, and it's time for another edition of my denture vlog. So what are we going to be talking about today? Honestly, it's just going to be my thoughts on my denture life over the past couple months, or since I've last talked to you on my denture vlog. I'm not going to title the video with any snappy names or any clickbaity material. I'm simply going to call it, whatever number video this is that I've uploaded, that's going to be the name of this video. Why? I don't know. I just don't want to get off topic, and if I start rambling and start talking about things that aren't in the title, I don't want you all to be upset with me. So I think that's how I'm going to title my videos from now on. I'm simply going to title it by number. So there you go. Hopefully that'll be okay and nobody minds. I don't really upload that often, although my intentions are to do so more frequently in the near future. But yeah, so at any rate, that's just a little housekeeping on the way I am going to be running my channel from now on. But yeah, rest assured though that the topic will be denture-centric, and it will have to do with any advice, any knowledge that I've gathered over my denture journey thus far, and hopefully I can impart it to y'all to help make your existence better, and to help this crazy challenge that we all have of wearing dentures to help make that just a little bit easier. So, having said all that, thank you again for joining me on this beautiful Friday in December. Yeah, I'll be right back with the meat of this video. All right, welcome back. Thank you for sticking around. So when I last spoke to you, I believe I was in the middle of some denture trouble. I had cracked my dentures at the beginning of the pandemic. I was unable to go in and have my dentures relined so that I could use these guys effectively, meaning that I could eat with them, that I could speak with them without that little crack that I had in my bottom denture pinching the bottom of my tongue. It took a while. Honestly, throughout the pandemic, I would say it was a good 6 months before I was able to address that issue with my dentures, actually go in, see my dentist, have that soft reline performed, and be able to eat and speak the way I should have been doing throughout the entire pandemic. Now look, I get the fact that I couldn't go to the doctor. I get the fact that the information regarding the novel coronavirus wasn't as widespread and readily available as it is right now. Yeah, so we all had to make sacrifices. And that was my sacrifice over the first 6 months of the pandemic, was that I couldn't use my dentures. Having said that, and I thought this was kind of cool because I was a little bit scared, as these dentures are only about 2 years old. I had nearly cracked that bottom denture in half, eating that really hard pita chip that ended up being a bane to my existence for so long. It almost cracked the denture in half. But to my surprise, when I went to see my dentist and have the problem addressed, he said they'd be able to fix it with a soft reline, not even a hard reline. So at the end of the day, they ended up performing a soft reline on the denture, replacing this tooth right here, because that's where the crack was. Got the dentures back. They looked amazing. They fit better than ever. So that was another benefit of going in and having that soft reline performed. Gosh, I would say about a year and 3 months after I had received my permanent dentures. So my gums and my mouth had had a chance to completely heal. There was no more swelling. So this is the shape of my mouth. And after I had that soft reline performed, they fit like a glove. They fit wonderfully. They fit perfectly. So much so that at this point, 4 months after I had that soft reline performed, I do not use glue. I do not even have denture fit in my dentures at this point, just because the dentist took the correct impressions. My dentures are form-fitted to the contours, the nooks and crannies of my mouth, and let me tell you, that makes all the difference in the world. Whether you're speaking, whether you're eating, even breathing or resting, you have a great form-fitting pair of dentures in your mouth. It's going to make this experience that much better for you, to the extent that you're not even going to know that you have dentures in your mouth the majority of the time. It's just something that's a part of you, and the longer you wear them, trust me, I promise, at least in my experience, and there's a lot more anecdotal experiences out there to be seen on YouTube in the denture community with denture videos, that it's doable, that it gets easier, and there's a certain point in your denture journey where you simply forget that you have a prosthesis in your mouth. So, yeah, that's what I'm talking about in that section, and I'll be right back with a couple more thoughts in the next one. Okay, so are you convinced that things are going to get better, or is your mouth in such a bad state right now, whether with decaying, rotting natural teeth, or with a new set of immediate dentures? You probably don't see a light at the end of the tunnel. There's a lot of things that you need to go through. If you are in a position where you haven't addressed the failing health of your teeth, well, you need to start down that road. You need to schedule an appointment with your dentist. Get an accurate assessment of your mouth health. Don't be embarrassed. Don't be sad about it. Know that when you take this step to go to the dentist to address those mouth health issues, that you've taken the first step to a better life. You've taken a first step to better health. You've taken a first step to a better existence. Does it always feel that way? Nah, not really. There's a lot of regret that goes on after you've had those teeth extracted. And I'm not going to lie, that's a tough one, because once they're extracted, you can't go backwards. Having said that, why would you want to go backwards? You simply are mourning the loss of something that's been with you, whether it's been 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years. Yeah, you're gonna be a little bit sad when that companion that you've had your entire life is gone. Having said that, if you were scheduled to have extractions done, then that was something that you needed out of your life. So while you may lament the fact that you no longer have your natural teeth, you're in a much better position now that you don't have diseased teeth, and that you are taking the culprit for diseasing your gums away as well. So don't be sad about that. There will be regret, especially when you have the pain the first few days and the swelling, especially when those immediate dentures that you purchased don't fit well, when you cannot produce any bite force, when you can't eat the foods that you want. It's rough, and yeah, it's full of regret. But, as I say in all my videos, the learning curve, while it is steep, it is short, meaning that it's going to be hard at the beginning, but things will get better quickly. Now, quickly is relative. You know, is a month quick? Well, it depends. Is 6 months quick? Relatively speaking to the time you've been on this earth, yeah, 6 months can be a very, very small percentage of time. And if you want to nail me down on a time frame, I would say things really start to get better at 1 month, 2 months, 6 months. Then when you receive your permanent dentures, they get infinitely better. 6 months after you've received your permanent dentures, you've learned to utilize them. So we're looking at about a year and a half into the journey where it's almost like you haven't missed a step. After you've had a soft reline performed after that year and a half of the journey, and you do not have to use any glues, adhesives, or liners in your dentures, well, then you've pretty much made it. So I'm saying about a year and a half to 2 years, that's what it's going to take to master these things. That's what it's going to take for you to embrace them as a new part of you, and to understand the functionality and everything that you need to know about this very important friend that you now have. So there you have it. That's my timeline on it. So things get better rapidly, and then after about 2 years, you are going to be an old pro. All right. Are you still with me? Good. Because I have a really important question that I want to ask all of you. And I thought it might be a little bit fun if we took a little bit of time and thought about what our all-time favorite food to eat with your dentures in, and more importantly, with your dentures out. Why do I say that? Well, we all know as denture wearers that our palate, not our taste buds, but our entire palate is covered by acrylic. And that takes away from the eating experience. So for me, when I'm eating food, when I have my dentures in my mouth, I'm looking for something that packs a lot of flavor. Why? I don't know. For some reason, even though my taste buds aren't covered, I'm not a scientist, and nor do I understand the science of taste 100%. Maybe I can do a little bit of research on that, but right now I don't. But when that food or that liquid is in your mouth and you have your dentures in, you're not getting the full experience. So to compensate for that, what I like to do is eat foods that have a ton of flavor. What does that mean? Unfortunately, I like a lot of sugar. And it's been recent where I've had a sugar addiction that's kicked in. Maybe it has something to do with the dentures. Maybe it doesn't. But as far as eating when I have dentures in my mouth, what I really, really enjoy are hot, spicy, sweet, salty foods that really pack a punch when you eat them. Now, when I have my dentures out of my mouth, which between you and I, that's my favorite way to eat. So I find that I search out foods that are conducive to eating without teeth. Things like macaroni and cheese. Things like ice cream. Things like oatmeal. Things that will not damage your bared gums, but will coat them in a substance that just makes you feel warm and fuzzy inside. Because what I found after wearing these dentures going on 3 years is that the experience of having your entire mouth be part of the process of eating or drinking or simply ingesting, to me, is much more rewarding and feels better than when I am eating or drinking and I have this acrylic prosthesis in my mouth. So, from y'all in the comments, if you'd be so kind, let me know what you like to eat when you have your dentures in. Let me know what you love to eat when you have your dentures out. We can learn from each other and maybe get some good ideas to enhance our lives. So thank you for that. If you would be so kind to leave those choices in the comment section, I would greatly appreciate it. I'll be right back. All right, so there you have it. Another edition of my denture vlog. The format is going to be a little different. As I said, I'm simply going to talk about the things that pop into my head that are denture related. I am going to try to post more frequently because the engagement that I get in the comments section is really important to me, especially from new denture wearers that need advice or encouragement, and from experienced denture wearers that can help share their tips, their tricks, their best practices for living the denture life. That's what I see as being a positive thing in the comments section. That is the thing that I see as being positive in the YouTube denture community. There's a lot of us out there that are trying to help make this transition to the denture life easier and more palatable for each and every one of you out there. So, thank you for taking time out of your busy day to watch my video. I do appreciate each and every one of you. I look forward to hearing from you in the comments. So please, please drop me a line there. And yeah, that's about it. So really nice seeing y'all and talking to y'all. I will be back soon. So take care and remember, always be a proud denture wearer. Bye-bye.